Hi everybody, my name is Roman and it's Marketing Watch House and welcome back on my channel. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for all people that gave me feedback, give me comments, subscribe to this channel. I really appreciate that, and every like you put helps me to develop this channel more and more. And this is actually the first video I filmed after maybe 3 months of doing other stuff. I had a very busy fall and I'm coming back. I'm going to film more and more videos about Google Ads scripts, and most important, I just bought a new microphone, so I really hope that the sound will improve a lot. And today we have a very interesting topic that is kind of related to marketing, and it's actually about the power of named ranges. I just published my medium.com article about the named ranges, but I'm more than sure that not everybody is subscribed to my medium.com profile, so I will going to show you a live example of how powerful and great the named ranges are. Named ranges is an amazing way of calling any range inside the Google Sheets or inside the Excel with a specific name that is human readable. What I like about this is it gives you a huge opportunity to make your formulas easy to read, easy to sustain, and easy to modify. I know that if you have a huge organization and you have a big query or something like Amazon Data Warehouse, tons of millions of data, and you build a Tableau, Power BI, it's all boring because most of the people don't have such opportunity to put hours and hours in developing a report. And the same, for example, I construct millions of reports. I construct really a lot of reports every day, and I want all of them be easy to read, easy to modify, easy to sustain, because we have too many dimensions to look at. So we have to create a lot of ways to look at them very fast. And for me, named ranges in Google Sheet became this exact instrument I can use on an everyday basis and make these formulas shine. So let's have a look how it works. I have this a table that I just downloaded with add-ons, Google Ads. By the way, if you don't know how to do that, watch my video on this channel. I put the link into description of this video. So first we need to call several named ranges. I made the first video and it failed, so I will clean the named ranges right now. Yeah, I hope I cut it off. So let's create a few named ranges. First is going to be device. So add range is going to be device, and it's going to be from A14 to A. It's important here to add a few more rows. I by mistake added 18,000 rows, although I have only 300. It's not bad to have too many, but it's bad if you have not so many, and when you update report you have some data that is out of the named range. So don't forget to add a few more rows, for example double amount of rows in your file. Then I'm going to add an add group name, add group, let's just make it add group from C14 to C, and you can see it goes from C14 from the first row here, and it goes down to the very end of the file. Then I'm going to have a campaign from D14 to D, status, currency, and let's add some metrics, because I'm not going to construct a real big report. All I want is just to create an example. And it's important here that this file structure, like the rows, the name of the columns, is actually controlled by add-on. So what I need to do is just to read this data and make it beautiful and shine. Let's make impressions from Q14 to Q, and let's add cost from S14 to S. Don't be afraid, this cost is not in euros or dollars, it's just in rubles. Rubles is 80 times less than a euro. So we're going to create a dashboard here, and we're going to see a lot of Russian names of campaigns. Again, don't be afraid, it doesn't actually matter how the campaign is called. I use with the English name, with French names, Spanish names. Not all of these languages I actually speak, but it's not so important. What's important is the actual data behind it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to see what campaigns name I have. For example, let's have a unique formula that shows us unique rows of campaign. And sorry, I put a curly bracket there by mistake. And here you see I have two campaigns, and that's actually very simple to have a look on. But what I'm going to do, I have an add group level report, so I'm going to do add groups and say unique add group. Here are my add groups. I can do campaign on them and do VLOOKUP. And here is the beauty of the stuff. I'm going to find this add group in where? In campaign, sorry, in add group, comma, campaign. And these curly brackets create another range where the VLOOKUP is going to look in. I'm going to have a look on index 2, and it's not sorted. Here's my campaign name, and I can simply just put this formula down. There is going to be no problems with indexes because I'm not using any number, row number, or anything else. Then I can have a look, for example, on cost. Why not? Let's do cost and say sum ifs. So give me a sum of the cost where campaign equals to this campaign and add group equals to this add group. Here's my cost. Boom, it's very simple, it's very easy, and the formula is just beautiful. Let's add some impressions on top. Sum ifs, it's very important because sum if has different syntax. Again, just show me sum of impressions where add group is this add group and campaign is this campaign. Boom, and then clicks. Sum ifs clicks where add group equals to this and campaign equals to this. Add click-through rate on top. If error, divide me clicks on impressions, and if you have 0 impressions, just don't put anything. Copy this, paste it here, make impressions percentage, make cost pounds. Why not pounds? Pounds are nice. And here we have an amazing report. Just in a few seconds we can build it and can do whatever we want with it. But we can even go further with this stuff. We can make it, for example, we can make another table and say that, I don't know, campaigns are managed by different people. For example, I can say that campaign name, I need unique campaign names, but not in a formula. Campaign, going to copy these and just paste values only and say manager. Say manager of first campaign is going to be Alex, manager of second campaign is going to be Bond. Just Bond. Okay, we can't have a just Bond, it's not fair. It's going to be James Bond. Alex, New York, our favorite lion from Madagascar. And we're going to create these as a table. So what I'm going to do, data, named ranges, manager, again, B5, let's make it B10 because I'm going to be a few more managers and make it a manager table. So I want to add one more column on the left. It's going to be called manager and say VLOOKUP. What I'm going to look for, I'm going to look for this campaign where it's going to be a campaign. Oh, I forgot to make another named range. It's going to be a manager campaign. Manager campaign, or we can create the whole table of it. For example, we can say that all this table is campaign managers table, B2 to B5 to B10, and we just say VLOOKUP this campaign in campaign managers table, give me the second index and it's not sorted. Boom, it's done. It's very simple to construct, it's very easy to maintain, it's very easy to work with. For example, you can create another dashboard to, again, this is going to be just an example, but I use this a lot with filtering. I can say data format, no, it's data change, check, data validation. I'm not sure if I can use it here, but let's check add group. Yeah, here I have a named range and it helps me to put an add group here. I wanted to add one more column on the left. and say this is going to be with no style, no data validation. Remove and say add group. And you can pick add group from here, and here I'm going to show the stats. Cost, impressions, and then manager, and manager and campaign level, so I need to add a campaign here. Campaign is very easy to find by add groups, so it's going to be VLOOKUP, search key. I'm going to find this add group name where in the add group, comma, campaign. I'm going to create a new range on the second level, and it's not sorted. Here's my campaign name. If I have a campaign name, I can find a manager of this campaign. I'm going to look for this campaign name in campaign managers table. I'm going to find the second index is going to be false. It's James Bond. Again, sum ifs of when I'm going to sum. Here is the cost, where in I need to check. Yes, sorry, I'm a little bit lost. So yeah, we need to sum a cost, and we're going to check if campaign equals to our campaign, if add group equals to our add group. Sorry. And here's my cost, impressions, the same, sum ifs impressions, if campaign equals to this campaign, oh, sorry, misclick, if campaign equals to this campaign, add group equals to this add group. I'm going to create another here, click-through rate, again, if error, so it's secure, we're going to be, oh, we don't have clicks. We need to add clicks here. Clicks, sum ifs, clicks where campaign equals this campaign, add group equals this add group, and then we create a click-through rate. If error, divide these clicks by these impressions, and if you can't do that, just show me 0. Or I don't know, error, not enough data. Make this percentage, cost we're going to make a pounds, and impressions just going to be impressions. And then a magic happens. So we can do this, we can change add group, we can construct exactly the same report, but for manager, this will look like when you make manager drop down, and again you go to data validation, just need to connect a few tables together. It's very simple. I can show you this exact again, manager, it's manager or managers, I don't know, I'm not sure. It's going to be manager, yeah, it's just no equal sign. Data validation, list from manager, done. I can pick a manager here, but what I need to do, I need somehow to connect add groups to campaigns, so I can add a named range here, or I can construct another like a buffer table where I can show all campaigns with a filter or with a query. I prefer to use a query. Query is faster. We can just have a look on here and can, for example, add all this stuff to our new named range. So we just construct, for example, this is going to be not the dashboard, but data together. And then I can reconstruct named ranges here and say that these, let's make it beautiful, delete these rows and say that data named ranges, data.manager, then data.cost, data.impressions, and here you have all the data you have you want. Let's make a cost, again sum ifs, data.cost, where data.manager equals our manager. And it's very simple. It's a beautiful thing to do. It makes your report extremely simple. Look at these formulas. You can read everything there. You can check it any day. You can construct it any day, any moment. You can change it every day and any moment, and it's always very simple. And the beautiful part that in every time you write a formula, all you need is just to construct query, or all you just need is to remember what you wanted to connect together. Each time you need to make a new VLOOKUP, and for example, when you have, like I have here, for example, campaign on the right and ad group on the left, and you can't do VLOOKUP here. You need to rearrange them, otherwise it will not work. What you can do, you can just make equal sign and then use the curly bracket and put campaign, comma, ad group, and as long as campaign and ad group have the same size, it will just put these columns in the right position and in the right order. So after that, you just copy these and do VLOOKUP or whatever you want, and you look, for example, for this campaign name in this range, campaign, ad group, and you're looking on second index false. That's all, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you like this video. I hope you like the named ranges and you will use them. If you have any more questions, just drop me a comment. Or if you have any suggestions of video you want to see, or you have a problem with something like with Python, with Google Sheets, with Google Ads, with Apple Search Ads, drop me a question, because sometimes I really run out of ideas and I use your ideas to create new great content. If you have any suggestions, don't forget to drop them here. I would really appreciate if you put like to this video, you subscribe on me on Medium, you subscribe on YouTube, and don't forget I have my LinkedIn, so if you have some private question you want to ask, or you want me to have a look on your data, just drop me a question there. See you and bye bye.